What's up, guys? This is Matt Singer from ScreenCrush.com, and today we're counting down the top 5 worst jump scares of all time. Used effectively and fairly, a sudden shock can be the highlight of a horror film. Used as a desperate attempt to inject a little scare into a scene that isn't scary to begin with, they can be, well, this. Now, there are a lot of contenders for this list, and a lot of it is subjective. What's laughable to you might actually be terrifying to me, like Paulie's robot from Rocky IV. Ah! Unholy abomination! Kill it! Kill it with fire! Anyway, we think this list is still a pretty representative sample of the worst of a bunch of different kinds of bad jump scares. Starting with number 5, The Wicker Man. This notorious remake is supposed to be a scary update of the 1973 cult horror film about a policeman searching for a missing girl on a strange island. In practice, it's more funny than scary, mostly because of Nicolas Cage doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
I don't know!
Would someone please explain how fire works to Nicolas Cage? Thank you. Now, The Wicker Man has a classic example of a whole subcategory of cheesy jump scares, the "it was all a dream" jump scare, where something horrible happens and then the lead character wakes from a dream with a terrifying jolt. Only in The Wicker Man, it's a double dream. So in this scene, Nick Cage is just chilling on a boat dock, like you do, when he sees what looks like the body of a missing girl under the water. He swims up to rescue her when, bam! It's only a dream! And then...
God damn it!
I hear you, Nicolas Cage. That was pretty much my reaction to every scene in The Wicker Man. Also, who falls asleep in the middle of the day? In broad daylight? Sitting on a boat dock? Is Nicolas Cage's character secretly narcoleptic? Or, to put it in terms Nicolas Cage would understand, how'd he fall asleep? How'd he fall asleep? How'd he fall asleep? How'd he fall asleep? Number 4, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. For over 25 years, the Friday the 13th series has been one of the leaders in the world of dopey jump scares. But the franchise may have reached its stupidity apex with this hilarious scene from the film's 8th installment, in which unkillable machete wielder and hockey enthusiast Jason Voorhees leaves the comfortable confines of Camp Crystal Lake for the hustle and bustle of the Big Apple. He chases the film's heroes through the subway, and when they narrowly escape, they make their way to Times Square. It's over, the protagonist, who has clearly never seen a horror movie before, says, just as Jason jumps into frame. The heroine turns around, casually soaking in the New York atmosphere when, oh my God, it's the guy we thought was dead, like 15 times already, and he's not dead for the 16th time. The shocking reveal of a not dead Jason Voorhees isn't what makes this scene so silly. Shocking reveals of a not dead Jason Voorhees are at least 20% of every Friday the 13th movie. No, what makes this moment so fun is the fact that no one else notices a walking corpse in a hockey mask in Times Square. Like this guy. Or this lady. This guy is picking his freaking nose 6 feet from the undead incarnation of Satan's wrath. New Yorkers, they've seen it all. This guy looks like he crawled out of a grave and probably smells like a sandwich that's been rotting inside of an aluminum mailbox in the Sahara Desert for 2 years. Big whoop. I sat next to a dude who looked and smelled worse than that on the subway yesterday. Time for number 3, the Amityville Horror. Another popular subcategory of bad jump scares are cat scares, where someone creeps around a spooky house or a creepy basement looking for the source of a weird noise and finds, oh, it's just a cat. So prevalent are these dastardly fake-outs that there's a whole supercut and even an entire YouTube channel dedicated to the low art of the cat scare. My favorite cat scare is from the original Amityville Horror from 1979. James Brolin's George Lutz can't sleep, so he takes a walk around the house just to check things out. And everything seems fine. So Brolin sits and enjoys a well-earned cigarette when... Dude, what is your problem, cat?
Wow, I just want you to know you were terrible in Capricorn 1. Also, smoking is very bad for you. You should probably think about quitting. Wow.
Now, I know this is the internet where all cats are hilarious and adorable, but come on, this cat is a real jerk. Next up, number 2, Chernobyl Diaries. Here's an amazing variation on the old cat scare from the 2012 horror movie produced and co-written by Paranormal Activity creator Oren Peli. It's about a bunch of extreme tourists, a fancy term for morons, who decide to take a detour on their trip through Russia to visit a town that was abandoned in the midst of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant disaster. Now this turns out to be exactly as good an idea as it sounds, but before things go to hell in a radioactive handbasket, the tourists wander through an abandoned apartment building where they hear strange noises. What could they be? Angry locals, maybe? What about angry mutated locals? Nope, a bear. I just love how quiet the bear is right before he runs out, too. He's a bear! Was he walking on his tippy paws? Did the radiation make him extremely light on his feet? Was he deliberately standing still just to mess with these kids? Stupid American tourists, I show them what Russian bear can do. Who wrote this movie, Stephen Colbert? And now it's time for the #1 jump scare of all time. It's Prom Night. In this 2008 remake of the 1980 slasher film of the same name, Brittany Snow plays Donna, the traumatized survivor of her family's brutal killing at the hands of a deranged sociopath. 3 years later, her character now lives with her aunt and uncle, and the killer's in jail, but Donna's still on edge. On prom night, she's getting ready for the big party when...
I'm sorry.
Aunt Karen, what the hell, man? You know Donna's in a fragile emotional state. You decide to just sneak up on her like that? Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just bring a butcher knife with you and see if she wants to carve up a turkey? Wait a minute. Did she sneak up on her? In this shot, there's no one behind Donna. 1 second and 1 shot later, there she is. There is literally no way someone could walk into that bathroom without her noticing. Or that Donna wouldn't notice the person literally standing 4 inches behind her. But wait, it gets crazier. At the end of the movie, after Donna's already been chased all around prom by a killer, she's back home in the same bathroom when... Oh, God, it was just a dream. But then, 2 minutes later, she goes back to the bathroom a third time, and now it's clear there are 2 mirrors in this bathroom that all of these people somehow keep avoiding. Now, Donna should be fine because it's obvious in this shot there is no one behind her. But that hasn't stopped her nightmare killer or her jerky aunt before. But then... Oh no, the window's open. What are the odds it's just a disgruntled bear? Hopefully it's just a disgruntled bear. For Screen Crush, I'm Matt Singer.
Thanks for watching, and for even more, make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.